right.
It'll never be the same. 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 The issues of openness, of debate, of trying to make the most democratic union possible are issues that have tremendous roots in the labor movement in this country. And it's high time that they were introduced, and they have been introduced here at SEIU. Yeah! This effort took phenomenal work. Unbelievable. Many of you standing around here work day and night. Nothing will ever happen without that kind of commitment.
I feel incredibly good about this convention, and I feel that we have moved it forward. And I feel very good that I stood with Jerry and with Sal and with Diane, and that we had a right to work. In 1984, there were delegates who were told to sit down and be quiet on the convention floor.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
We came to the 88 convention committed to not have that happen. What we didn't come to the convention knowing was that our delegates would be unable to, for example, sit in on committee meetings and simply observe proceedings. And that was a struggle we had in 1988. And it was a struggle that we overcame. At this convention, it was much more open. And
I believe that if our international president or secretary-treasurer are worth more money, they should be paid it from one source. There should be no guesswork as to whether their loyalties are to one local or to all local unions of SEIU. In the case of executive board members, I have to be very frank. All of us are in the labor movement not because of what we get for ourselves, but what we can get for our members. How do we explain that an SEIU executive board member receives a salary from his local union, but as a vice president also receives $22,000 or more per year for serving in that capacity? Do janitors working the night shift in some downtown building begin to wonder why the vice president's second salary is a great deal more than their only salary? Does the home care worker earning a little more than minimum wage harbor any doubts that the executive board member is working more for personal gain than for the members?
Anything that shifts the power of decision-making towards local union membership must be encouraged. We cannot forget that SEIU is powerful insofar as it is successful in gaining the support of the rank and file for its program.
We believe that there should be complete accountability in this union as regarding salaries of officers. And we think the resolution is very straightforward as it relates to one salary as opposed to more than one salary, and that all vice president salaries should be equal, executive board members' salaries should be equal, and that those salaries be published yearly in the International Union's official publication. And that's the thrust of it. We think that democracy in the union requires accountability.
All international board meetings and committee meetings be open to representatives of the locals who appear. That minutes of international executive board meetings and line item budgets by program area, including local subsidies, political and organizational contributions, be distributed to all SEIU locals, and division board meeting minutes be distributed within the appropriate divisions as well.
Invisibility means living in fear of discovery, of rejection, and of ostracism. But brothers and sisters, I refuse to live and work that way. And that is why I come out to you today. 1 in 10 or more of your union brothers and sisters are lesbian or gay. You may have noticed some delegates wearing pink triangles. We wear them to counteract our invisibility and to make a political statement.
I also believe that it's very important that we seriously look at the gender and racial makeup of our top leadership. As has been pointed out, we represent 50% women and 30% people of color. We belong to political organizations that have taken very firm positions about that. Our brothers and sisters in Canada have racial makeup in their constitution for the CLC that says at least 6 positions on their international executive board will be reserved for women.
Sisters and brothers, you know, when we, in 1199 in New York, we went through very difficult times. Very difficult times. After the old line leadership, which was a wonderful leadership, but it didn't quite know how to regenerate itself or whatever, and from the ranks, and there was fights, and there was struggle, and there was anger. And I remember going to rallies, and one side or this side or the other side, and we finally got a chant down just like the one we just did. We finally got a chant down that we would just start, when the argument got real loud, people started to really shout at each other, we just start to say, Union! 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 Unless there's struggle and pain, and again, I'm from 1199. We got it on the mural of our building in New York. Frederick Douglass. Without struggle, no progress. Without struggle, there's no progress.
The Sweeney team represents a multitude of opinions, a rainbow of races, a full spectrum of occupations.
And I'm the Secretary Treasurer of District 1199, New England. I rise to put in nomination my brother, Jerry Brown, for officer of International Vice President.
So I urge the election of the entire Sweeney team.
And I stand to place in nomination my partner and my chair, President Sal Rosella. I deserve to have a seat on this board. Before our administration, he had 2 seats. We come in now and you ask us not to have one. We deserve it. We earned it. I'm happy to be playing the nomination.
I am very proud today to nominate an outstanding and courageous, I repeat, courageous trade union leader, Alice Dale, for our International Executive Board.
Mr. President, delegates, I'm Don Morgan, President of Local 503, and I rise to nominate Diane Sosney to serve on SEIU's International Executive Board.
In the interest of time, we're just going to announce the people that won tomorrow. The official announcement, we'll announce the vote totals and the percentages, etc.
Now, we may not have won the vote count last night, but what a tremendous victory we got last night. I tell you, I can't walk down the hall of this hotel, or I can't be in the casino without someone stopping me. Some union delegate, some union president, a secretary treasurer, giving me their card because they want to know what we're going to do next.
There were a lot of things that were hard, but the hardest was to see the pain and the struggle in our sisters and brothers who were with us, but felt that they couldn't, for one reason or another, vote with us.
Yes.
That was really most. Some people said, somebody was joking around, they said, well, out of this convention came the Las Vegas poor, and I don't see it that way, it's the Las Vegas 161,000.
The union's inspiration through the workers' what shall run. There can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the union